And there are the scores from the first rotation. Oregon State 49-1, so I think they'll be fairly happy with that. Not as happy as they could be. Again, it's 3/4 of a tenth above their average this year, but 0.175 below their high. And there are the top 10 in the nation in terms of average score. We'll get the national qualifying scores coming up later in February. But right now, based on average score, Oklahoma and then Florida. Florida going to be dropping, though, because they lost at Arkansas. 15th ranked Arkansas beat them 197-175. Florida 196-625. They had to count a fall on beam. Selena Harris actually fell on beam, and they had to count one there. So a 196-625 for the Gators. And Oklahoma, top-ranked team in the land, they knocked off Kentucky by 0.6 points. So 1 against 8, and a half-a-point victory is like leading by a touchdown. So Oklahoma over Kentucky again by 0.6. Practicing her bars routine. And we'll start off with Francesca Casso, and then Natalie Briones, Taylor DeVries, Jennifer McMillan, Sage Thompson, and then Carey, with Casso and DeVries being bar specialists. Oregon State 15th in the nation on bars. We saw earlier there was 17th on vault. They're 4th in the nation on beam. 49.319 with that high of 49.575 a couple of weeks ago at Auburn, and then most recently 10th on floor, 10th overall. And today this team believes that they're even better than that.
Absolutely, and I think that's why we're starting to see those changes in routines and upgrades in this point in the season, and this is the meet to do it. You know, they're really competing against themselves and seeing what their potential can be and looking how to raise the bar.
And this was your best event here. You were Pac-12 co-champion on bars in 2016. What's the biggest thing you're trying to do in your routine on bars?
Hitting those handstands.
To get full credit, you need to be within 10 degrees of vertical, right?
Within 10 degrees of vertical, so you want to hit every handstand. Be fluid throughout the routine. You don't want to break any rhythm, and then sticking that dismount, and of course the form.
UC Davis will be on beam, and Alaska will be on vault. Oregon State's average on bars is 49.088, and their high this year came in week 4, 49.35. Very tough lineup to crack a couple of years ago. Very young bar squad, great improvement last year, and this year a veteran team on bars. Freshmen are pushing them. And here's the junior Francesca Casso. Beat 2 bars routines this year, first competitive routines in 2 seasons.
Beautiful combination, Maloney to attack salto.
But it held that handstand.
Absolutely. Hitting it is good, but if you want to hold it, that's not bad either. And stuck that dismount.
Big fist bump from Michael Chaplin. And why not Francesca Casso? Her high this year at 9.825 3 weeks ago. Career high at 9.9.
Just look at her form, her legs and toes squeezed together, really extended throughout. Beautiful toe point. Full pirouette into that double tuck, open double tuck. She doesn't grab her knees and hold on to that landing.
Casso, the junior from Santa Monica, California. Her father, Mark, was a gymnast, and as a freshman at UCLA in 1980, broke 2 vertebrae in his neck on a tumble and was paralyzed for 90 minutes. Doctors fused his spine using a bone from his hip, and 10 months later he was competing again, and a year later made the U.S. national team. 3 years after that was on UCLA's 1984 national championship team, and later spent time as an actor and stuntman in Hollywood. Actually played the role of Leonardo in the 2nd and 3rd Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. That's Francesca's father, Mark. 9.825 for Francesca Casso, and that matches her high this year. And now Natalie Briones on a 9.75 on vault. The Beavers' most recent meet 2 weeks ago put up a 9.75 on bars after a 9.85 and 9.825 the previous 2 meets.
Heatherly has excellent form on this event, and handstands are locked in. She's very consistent. And she's up on the uneven bars. A little shy on that last pass handstand. Gonna finish it off with a double layout. Slightest scooch forward. But great routine.
Her career high at 9.9 4 times, including 3 times last year. The last at the Arkansas Regional.
Another look at that dismount. Body stretched throughout the air. Double layout. And her feet moved ever so slightly forward.
Ella Briones, a senior from Gilbert, Arizona. Brother Brandon was a gymnast at Stanford. Last competed in 2023. Alternate for the U.S. at the Tokyo Olympics. And their younger brother Dylan also competes. Oregon State on bars, UC Davis on beam, and Alaska on vault. Taylor DeVries getting set to go for Oregon State on bars. She's gone 3rd each week. High of 9.85 2 meets ago. The last meet at Auburn had a 9.8. So largely a bar specialist. And Janae, your last year when you were a bar specialist, how much of an emphasis does that put on that one? I mean, obviously it's your only thing. So yeah, you get to focus on that. But at the same time, there's a lot of pressure. It's like, well, this is all I'm doing.
I think when you get into that mindset, you really don't want to think, oh, this is all I'm doing, and you put so much pressure on yourself, but really just, again, trusting in your training and knowing that, hey, this is what I'm good at, this is one of my better events, let that speak for itself and really shine on this event. Just absolute stunning form on this event. Very strong swinger.
DeVries, Roscoe, Illinois native.
Beautiful handstand right before the dismount. Double layout. Had to take that hop back.
All right, Taylor DeVries. This time top 10 finisher on bars at JO Nationals.
And speaking with the coaching staff, they mentioned that they've really improved the landings and they now have depth on bars, but they still want to dial in on the sticks. You know, they really want to stick more and have solid routines and strong finishes. So.
And the tiny hop is how much of a deduction?
It depends. If it's a little scooch, I think Natalie had a small scooch, and that'll be more of a half tenth. The hop that we saw from Taylor just now is more of in the 10th range.
Okay. Jennifer McMillan getting set to go. So her bars routine for Oregon State. Awaiting the score of Taylor DeVries. It's a 9.7 for DeVries. After that high of 9.85 a couple of meets ago. Now Jennifer McMillan had a 9.75 last time out at Auburn. Her high this year at 9.925 in week 1.
Beautiful, exquisite form throughout this routine. Gorgeous handstands. Another double layout dismount.
Okay, Jennifer McMillan. You know, last year on bars and beam, she was a combined 25 for 25. Week 2 this year, she suffered a rare fall on bars. How difficult is it to, not that you suffered many falls, Janae, how difficult is it to put that out of your mind?
It's pretty easy. I think once you put it in the past, you always want to look forward and know how you can do better rather than dwelling on the past. And I think when it comes to really being there for your team and wanting to improve. And then your teammates will help you, you know, stay in that mindset too and look forward.
After the 9.775 by Briones and the 9.7 by DeVries. McMillan had a good routine. And Sage Thompson set to go next, talking with Michael Chaplin. Oregon State coached by a pair of UCLA gymnasts. On the service, Chaplin. Michael Chaplin was on the Bruins men's 1987 national championship team. Tanya Service was in 1987 to 1989. Pac-12 Gymnast of the Year. This time also the UCLA All-Sports Athlete of the Year. Now the husband and wife team coaches Oregon State. Still awaiting Jennifer McMillan's score, so Sage Thompson taking the opportunity to chalk up. What's it do to you, Janae, when you have to wait?
If anything, it just gives you more time to stay in your zone. But every gymnast is different, right? You'll see some gymnasts go off by themselves and really stay in their zone in that way and more in solitude. And then other gymnasts, you'll see other teammates coming up to them. Maybe their coaches kind of keeping them, you know, fun, dancing around and keeping them loose so they don't get too much in their head. So it really just depends what the gymnast needs. But the weight really is just kind of part of the game. Sometimes the judges take a little longer than usual.
Just Montana Fairbairn's vault. Fairbairn for Alaska Anchorage. A nice floor routine a little bit ago. Bars judges taking their time conferring. .985.
And I think I saw 9.75 from the other judge, so it looks like that'll be a
9.8.
yeah.
And if there's more than a 10th difference, they have to confer. Is that correct? The two judges? Yeah, it is indeed a 9.8 for Jennifer McMillan. And now Sage Thompson had a 9.85 on vault. Seeking a bounce back after an un-Sage Thompson-like 9.75 in the last meet at Auburn. Previous three scores were all 9.8 or better.
She's actually changed this routine as well, so we saw an upgraded vault from her and a different bar routine. Again, they're trying their best to get as close to a 10 as possible, so this is the meet where they're trying out a new routine for Sage to increase her score.
Lining up for a dismount, and she hits it. Sage Thompson had a perfect 10 as a freshman while at Utah 3 years ago. Up the damn stick after she sticks this.
And here's another look at that great landing, double layout dismount. Her heels might have come up a little bit, and then yes, she did take a tumble right here, maybe missed a step.
They're
She's
good
okay.
judging at that point.
Yes, they are.
I mean, gymnasts, for all their ability on the apparatuses, are renowned klutzes away from them, aren't they?
Yes, take us out of the gym, and we are extremely clumsy, surprisingly. Don't ask me why.
You're telling me that. I'm like,
yeah, it's really strange. I don't know what it is, but it is a trend for sure.
It's like a pitcher in baseball not being able to throw to a base. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sage talking with Jade Carey, giving the Olympic gold medalist some encouragement prior to her anchor routine. 9.9 for Sage Thompson. That's her season high on bars. Oregon State needed it. And now Jade Carey.
I mentioned Sage's routine was a little different this time, and Jade's will also be. So they decided for this meet they're going to take out her hard wash, which is that full twisting pack salto. Again, they're trying to go for the 10.
She has 2 10s on bars in her career.
So she's doing a regular pack salto today. in an attempt to get close to that perfection that she's been flirting with for the past few weeks.
Nailed the handstands, now the dismount.
A little hop at the end, so no 10 today, but that was a very, very clean routine.
9-9 plus, right?
Yes, definitely a 9-9 plus. That hop on the dismount will be around 3/4 of a tenth to a tenth, so we'll see what the judges do with it, but beautiful form. Really hitting that vertical, exactly what the judges are looking for.
Her handstands are so good.
Yes, she's just, you expect nothing less from the Jade Carey. Just another look at that dismount. Had to take that hop forward. So we'll see if she sticks with that routine. That was a very good one.
Great gymnast, delightful person. One of the all-time greats. Sophia Esposito will exhibition on bars. Had a competitive 9.825 on vault. Hasn't competed on bars this year. Last year, as a freshman, joined the bars lineup for the final 8 meets with a high of 9.875 against ASU on March 1st. And Tanya Chapman says she's looking stronger than ever. But this is a really tough bars rotation to crack with almost any other team in the country.
Yeah. Huge release to start off. It's called a ray, a toe shoot into basically a toe shoot to kachu is the best way I can break it down. Open double tuck. Doesn't grab the legs either, so.
Sophia Esposito, Melville, New York native.
Here's another look at that major release. She's going to do toe on, take her feet off, release the bar. Lots of height on that. And then here's her dismount. She's going to do a full pirouette into an open double tuck. She kind of crosses her arms in front of her. If you're not grabbing your legs, you got to put them somewhere. But that was a really good and a really great routine. But again, speaking to the depth that they have on each event, this is exactly what it looks like. You know, you have 1 to 2 athletes that can step in at any time with the same caliber.
Carly Beeman hoping to be one who steps into the competitive rotation on bars at some point. The senior from Golden, Colorado, has competed 1 bars routine this year, 4 weeks ago against BYU at a 9.75. Has a new routine with a different release. Has competed 28 bars routines in her 4-year Oregon State career. And another gymnast who on all but just a handful of teams across the country would be in their bars lineup. Carly Beeman. Beeman awaiting the score of Sophia Esposito, and now she has her salute, and she'll be off and rolling with her exhibition bars routine.
And Carly is a taller gymnast, which means she has beautiful extension on this event. Right off the bat, look at her legs.
How does that affect it, say, when you're winding up your dismount? You have to be more concerned about the lower bar.
No, not really. Some gymnasts have different bar settings, but it's really as long as you have good awareness of your body and where you need to tap, then that's all you need to know. Height doesn't really make a difference. That was great.
Carly Beeman was a teammate of Oregon State's Lauren Letch when she was young, but the two eventually went to different clubs. Even a chemistry major with a focus on advanced biochemistry. January of 2024, she was named the OSU Chemistry Department Undergraduate of the Quarter. 49.15 for Oregon State on bars. And so McMillan Thompson and Carey came through. Jade was a 9.85. So a little bit of a surprise that her score was as low as it was. We both thought that it would be 9.9 plus, but she gets a 9.85. That's her low for the season. 9.9. 9.9 last week. But a 9.9.1. High this year, the 9.975, but a 9.85 there. Nonetheless, Oregon State's 49.15 is better than their average this year. And it's 0.2 off their high, which they had in week 4. And we're joined by Katie-Anna Kell, formerly Katie-Anna McMillan, a former gymnast for Oregon State, Pac-12 Gymnast of the Year in 2017, and now third year with the program as an assistant. Katie-Anna, your thoughts on that last rotation on bars for Oregon State?
Yeah, I think it was really great. I think we're still working on those details, the handstands, the forearms, the sticks, and, you know, some come out and show really strong, and some we still have to work on. So I think we're definitely climbing and building in a really good spot for right now.
And the Beavers went lights out on beam at Auburn. And what specific things have you been focusing on your athletes to go and do that well last weekend?
Yeah, I think we're really just focusing on doing our normal and being super confident and attacking our gymnastics and doing it exactly like they know how to do. And, you know, we have some really strong returners this season that we've been missing, and having them back in lineup just provides like some comfort and some knowledge for everyone else in the lineup, so they're all really strong and solid together.
Well, Katie-Anna, whenever I see you, I think of that meet 8 years ago, and you and I have talked about this. I can't believe it's been that long, but that season against Utah, the entire meet came down to your final floor routine. You needed a 9.9 to tie, a 9.925 to win. You got the 9.925, a chance to walk it off, and you came through. Back 8 years ago, do you remember, did you know the score you needed for your team to win the meet?
No, I feel like I never as an athlete knew scores or knew like how to do the math in my head or anything like that. And so it's definitely something I also pass on to my athletes now, not to worry about that stuff and just be in the moment, and then you get to celebrate afterwards.
All right, well, we've really enjoyed watching Oregon State this year. How good can this team be? The goal is to be top 8.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
Get to the NCAA championships. How good can you guys be?
Yeah, we can definitely be there. I think, you know, as we showed on vault, we're adding in some harder vaults, and we're just going to keep doing that. We're going to keep doing that on every event, and we're here to play.
And some gymnasts are changing their routines a little bit to go for the 10 and increase that score. Do you look at the routine as a whole, or do you kind of already have an idea of what skills to switch up?
We kind of look at it as a whole, and individually for each athlete. We play with a lot of different things in practice, and whatever they feel most confident with and what we think looks the best is what we're going to go with.
How about these crowds here at Gill Coliseum?
Yeah, they're amazing. They're one of a kind. I think there's nothing like being in Gill, and we hear that from other teams that come in and visit us too. It's just everyone here loves gymnastics, and we have a good time.
Yeah, they do. Okay, Katie-Anna, I appreciate your time. Good luck to you, and good luck to Oregon State tonight and the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, Katie-Anna Kell, special assistant to the head coach a couple of years ago, and officially assistant last year. And this, 8 years ago, the Pac-12 Gymnast of the Year for Oregon State. And pleasure to have her along. 2 rotations in the books for Oregon State. They had a 49.1 on vault, a 49.15 on bars. And Katie Chu, an exhibition on beam for UC Davis. UC Davis, 56 in the nation on beam, averaging 48.195. Katie Chu from Kailua, Hawaii, a freshman. So, big moment for her, Janae, a chance to prove what she can do and make the competitive lineup.
Absolutely, and this event is a make or break event, right? But again, this is what exhibitions are for, to really get your feet wet and to get that competition under your belt, so when you are ready to step into lineup, you're ready to go and you already have the jitters out. Beautiful series to start off. She did a back handspring layout to 2 feet. Very unique. And speaking with head coach Tanya earlier today, they're looking to improve students' performance and the landings.
Well, I would say that landing's pretty good.
Yep, she did just that.
For Katie Chu. Our head coach Tanya Ho Gomez should be plenty happy, as well as Katie's teammates after that exhibition routine on beam. And again, there are 6 competitive gymnasts. You can have 1 or 2 exhibition after that. Get a chance to perform in front of a big crowd.
Yeah, I think she'll definitely look into being in the lineup soon. That was a very great routine in the exhibition spot, so I think she's looking to break into it.
UC Davis, 48.525 on beam. Their high this year, 48.775. Alaska Anchorage, 48.075 on vault. And their high this year, 48.225. Sage Thompson with a 9.9. The high on bars for Oregon State. And they capped at 49.15.